Something happened to gaming. At some point, video games stopped feeling like adventures and started feeling like chores. A checklist, a job, a never-ending treadmill of currencies, bars, timers, and tasks. But it didn't used to be like that. Games once trusted you. They invited wonder. They invited imagination. They were fun, not because they told you they were fun, but because they simply were. And today, we figure out what changed, and why, in my opinion, many companies like Nintendo, almost alone at times, but not completely, still remembers what fun really is. Fun used to be a feeling, not a formula. When you played Super Mario World, you weren't thinking about experience bars or points. You were thinking, can I make that jump? What's behind that door? What if I tried this weird thing over here? Games were playful rule sets, not productivity tools. They didn't try to retain you, they tried to inspire you, open up your imagination to entirely new worlds. But a lot of modern games don't seem to be designed for joy. They're designed for retention, daily active users, engagement funnels, session length metrics. Many games today are basically Skinner boxes wearing high-resolution textures. Everything is tuned for the dopamine drip. Checklists, persistent FOMO, gear slightly better than your last gear, and maps overloaded with tasks. You're not exploring anymore, you're grinding. Now, before I blame the industry for everything, we also have to ask a painful question. What if the problem is us? When we were kids, everything felt magical, but as adults, we've played thousands of hours. We've seen every trope, and systems no longer surprise us. Maybe games didn't change, maybe we changed. And then Jonathan Hari, an author, gives a harder truth in his book Stolen Focus. What if we've lost the ability to focus deeply, and that impacts our ability to enjoy games? We live in a storm of notifications, multitasking, infinite scrolling, short-form content, constant stimulation. And Hari's thesis is brutal. If your attention becomes shallow, your joy becomes shallow too. Maybe modern gaming didn't lose its magic. Maybe our fragmented attention can't savor it anymore. But there's also the other side we have to admit. Some of the best games ever made have come out in the last decade or so. Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Odyssey, God of War, Hades, and Celeste. Not only are these modern, they're also considered masterpieces. So clearly, fun isn't dead, it's just rarer, harder to deliver, and harder for us to access consistently. So yes, we've probably changed. Our attention is scattered, our expectations are higher, but the games that break through the noise, the ones that truly reach us and leave an impact on gaming overall, they do it because they're designed with clarity, curiosity, and intent. And no company understands that better, in my opinion, than Nintendo. But when you compare Nintendo's approach to game design and cost structure with many other AAA publishers, you have to look at one thing. AAA budgets have exploded in large parts into hundreds of millions of dollars, chasing high-fidelity graphics and all kinds of other features that extremely burden cost structures. And when the cost of failure becomes catastrophic, creativity collapses and spreadsheets take over. Studios are left having to chase safe design, safe monetization, and safe loops. Games become less like art and more like productized engagement pipelines. This is the contrast again. Nintendo doesn't chase fidelity. Nintendo chases feel. Breath of the Wild is memorable not because of graphics, although I would argue and many would their art design and art approach is extremely memorable, but because the physics in that game let you play, experiment, find your own solutions. Mario Odyssey is joyful because every mechanic is inherently fun, even without objectives. Nintendo has a rule. If the mechanic isn't fun by itself, we don't ship this game. And that's because fun isn't childish. Fun is deeply human. Play, is deeply human. It's surprise, it's curiosity, it's discovery. It's moments, not rewards, that stay with us. Not every game needs to be a live service. Not every game needs a season pass. Not every game needs endless content. Sometimes you just want to jump on platforms, explore forests, solve a puzzle, get lost. Many in the industry need to relearn what Nintendo has never forgotten. Fun isn't a feature of gaming. Fun is the point. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this short video and my thoughts on gaming. If you enjoy the content and many other types of topics like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. And as always, happy gaming.